Hi, I'm Clark Natwick. Today we're going to cover cyclocross and the skills of dismounting and remounting. Our first objective is to learn how to get off the bike, and I'll break this down sequentially. Connect your right leg, swing it over the back wheel. As your hips come parallel or perpendicular, you transfer your hand off the bars, then weight that hand to be able to disengage that next leg. Pick your bike up, keep looking forward, and step over the barrier. The minimum amount of steps you technically need to use is 1.5 steps to get over the hurdle. To reinforce the steps as it goes, when you're going to do a single barrier dismount for a cyclocross bike, you're approaching, your feet are clipped in, your hands are on the tops of your bars, your primary vision is looking forward, your peripheral vision is picking up the proximity of everything else around you. So you disconnect your right leg, it starts to swing over your back tire. Okay, at that point, your hips are on the left side of the bike. They're twisted slightly. They'll come perpendicular to a right angle to the bike. That's your indicator of your right hand leaving the bars, contacting the top tube just in front of the seat, and then weighting it. When you feel you've weighted that hand on that top tube, then that's your indicator that it's safe to disconnect your left leg from the pedal. At that point too, you're simultaneously scissoring through between your frame and your left leg. You'll step down, take weight, you can then pick up your bike, all in the direction of travel. Okay, so how the remount is going to go. We've successfully cleared our barriers or our run-up. We've put our bikes down. Always put your bike down when you get a remount, because if you drop your bike, you stand a great risk of derailing your chain. So you don't ever want to do that. Cost you time, energy, places in your competition. So as you put your bike down, you're bringing your hand back up onto the bars. You're taking a couple of steps to get up to the speed, not too fast, not too slow, that you're comfortable with. Everybody's going to have their own little ideal velocity. You'll take a step, you're going to launch off your left, you're going to extend your arms, bringing your hips. I don't even need to look down at my bike. I want to look where I'm going. And then you're going to launch off of your left leg and onto the bike. When you land on the bike, it's quite possible that you just catch the inside of the upper thigh. And then just kind of square your hips on your saddle and you're good to go. The other thing you want to get simultaneously is to find the pedals. It's quite common that the right crank arm will always be slightly forward, which gives you a clue as to stagger your feet, right foot forward, when you go to contact your pedals. After all, we're in a bike race. Contacting the pedals is paramount. You don't want to be spinning in air. Otherwise, other athletes are going to get past you in that critical moment. Good. So Josh, Mark, the one thing I noticed is you were a little delayed in finding your pedals. The way to correct that would be not to have as bent a leg. So in that manner, then you're going to be able to attach your feet to your pedals, in a split second sooner, which is imperative, because the moment you make that jump, you're losing momentum until you start pedaling again. So the more you can keep that momentum and find your pedals, the better off you're going to be in your events. So see what happens by not bending your legs as much when you get back on your bike. Keep in mind that your pedals may be staggered when you get down there, and just kind of try to find the top or the bottom of your shoes on top of your pedals as quickly as possible. Nice. Look forward. Good. What's happening ultimately when you're in a race, you're fatiguing at a very great rate. And this needs to just be a reflex that's built into you. If you don't have this as a reflex, and you have to think about what you're doing at race pace, and now you're fatigued, it's almost a sure ingredients for disaster.
All right, thanks for joining us for this edition of Clark Natwick's Digital Cycling Clinics. We hope you found it both enjoyable and informative, and that you'll join us next time at NorCalCyclingScene.com.